Hi everybody, we're in the Founders Lounge right now, room 004, because our elections are on, our student council elections, and we're about to have our all candidates debate, or all candidates Q&A session here. Very quickly, from my left to my right, there is Anica running for Director of Academics, and Ashton running for First Year Athletics Rep, and Danialla running for First Year Social Rep. Also running but not present is Sara, who is also running for First Year Social Rep. So let's begin. Okay, so we're gonna start with introductions. Let's go this way. So Anita, over.
Cool.
Introduce yourself. Maybe include something about what your connection to the college is.
Cool. My name's Anica. I am a third year environmental studies, cities, regions planning student. And I am currently running for Director of Academic and External Affairs. So, yeah.
All right, my name's Ashton. I'm a first year student. I'm doing English for concurrent education, and I'm running for first year athletics.
My name is Danialla. I'm a first year, and my major is speech and language sciences. And my position that I'm running for is first year socials rep.
And then, in the same order, could you all just what is your general history of experience here at the college? Like, what's your history here?
I reached out to the posting this past May, notifying that there was a open spot for Director of Academic and External Affairs. So I still think that's a hired position that requires a nomination. So I reached out to get interviewed for that position, and I got it. So I've been with Founders since that time, but have really kind of been boots on the ground with the college and the members since September, so the start of the semester. It's been really fun. Everyone's super cool, very competent, very engaged, very sociable, and just keen to kind of create a sense of community, which is why I joined.
Well, I am only first year, so I don't have a lot of experience, but the experiences I have are from Frosh Week. I've had a chance to meet a lot of people that go to Founders College, or just people that are running the Frosh event. Overall, they were all very nice, very welcoming. I felt comfortable getting kind of my first step into the university environment, and when I saw the Instagram post for what positions were available, such as first year athletics, which is what I'm applying for, I immediately kind of jumped to that opportunity to try and be more enveloped and become closer with this college to get more experience.
I'm also first year, but Frosh did kind of allow me to learn more about the college and York itself, and I realized that a lot of the leaders at the time had were kind of close knit, because Founders is pretty small in itself, and I like the sense of community, so I wanted to run for student council just to try to include everyone as they felt in Frosh.
Hey, stop. I get it. I know he scared us, but it's fine.
Okay, thank you. So, okay. Let's go Ashton, then Danialla, then Anita this time. Why do you want this position? Why are you running for Director Athletics? First Year Athletics, First Year Social, Director Academics.
So I'm running for first year athletics, as during the course of last summer, I've had a lot of experience in athletic and coaching department. I've been a part of Win Fitness. I've worked with professional athletes, and people have coached professional athletes. I've learned how they kind of manage a setting, and sort of how they manage a team, and how they manage planning events. So I felt as if this was something I was very comfortable with, athletics, and I have had coaching experience, as I've been a volunteer, an assistant coach, and a head coach for a basketball team. So I find that maybe with my experience in athletics that I can help hopefully contribute something positive to the Founders College.
The reason I chose to run was that I also have experience in student council. I've been on student council, I guess, since the 7th grade to the 12th grade, and there I did like, I guess I was a secretary, I was a rep, and generally like for socials especially, I also like want to give other first year students that sense of community that I felt here, and like I know it's hard to make friends and all that, so that's why I just want to create some events or help people, I guess, get a little more connected to this college.
Yeah, and I guess I wanted to hold this position because I actually started my first year undergraduate completely online during COVID, so 2020. And thankfully I have older siblings who've gone to York who are able to kind of give me little hacks and tips about like academic resources, citing, different just kind of different tips to kind of help you streamline like picking your courses or kind of navigating the whole academia experience in higher education. But I also understand that a lot of people don't have that resource, right? And I know that the transition from COVID to back in person is currently happening and it's really challenging to navigate. So I kind of want to be that resource for people to reach out and just spread awareness about how you can better navigate this landscape because it is challenging. It's a big step from high school. So yeah.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. And then let's go from Daniela to Anica to Ashton. What meaning does this college hold for you?
So as I said, like during Frosh, I did find like a big sense of community here. Founders, as I said before, is pretty small, and I kind of like that because people are more, I guess, close knit. And overall, I feel like this is a great like college in itself, and everyone's very supportive here. So it brings a sense of community and belonging for me.
Oh, sorry, it's me. It's been a long day. Kind of like you were saying as well, I think the college holds a lot of community building opportunities and a really good sense of a support network for a lot of people who are going through, common challenges associated with, people going through their undergraduate degrees. So I think it's a really great place to kind of exchange your stories and your struggles and to find kind of a sense of solace and understanding and support. And and to build skills as well. So that is the meaning of this college for me.
All right, for me, while I stated this in our first question, Frosh did really help get me kind of comfortable with the whole university experience. At first, I was really nervous because I guess since high school went online, we weren't really prepared for kind of like a tough school experience, and university was kind of this giant big thing. Frosh helped welcome me into York and Founders, and helped kind of bring me closer with the community as I made like friends that are like me, first year, that might be a little bit nervous, or people that have more experience, like second, third, fourth year, whoever it might be. Those have more experience and can kind of help me work my way around the ropes. And not to mention, Frosh helped introduce me to York, because it's a big campus, right? So I was kind of nervous going around it, but Frosh helped me get comfortable with the campus and kind of helped me work my way around it.
So I guess this way again. What's an event that you want to run?
Great question. So right now I'm actually working with Claudia, who's the VP of academics, to run a little event toward the end of November centered around wellness and kind of giving attendees the opportunity to explore different types of kind of like emotional regulation tools. So we're going to be doing like some yoga and some breathing exercises, because I know as we go into November and we hit exam season, that can be a really overwhelming time. So just kind of building a foundation of skills as resources for students to use to kind of, manage their stress, I think is really invaluable in kind of unlocking your ultimate academic potential. So that is one example of an event.
An event I would like to host as a first year athletics would So an event I would like to host as a first year athletics would be something basketball oriented. Now I didn't state this, but when I was working with professional athletes when I was coaching, I was actually coaching basketball. And since Founders College is so close to the basketball court, I find it would be kind of convenient to kind of host an event like that because I can kind of use the knowledge I have of basketball and the ones I've learned from professional athletes and coaches. I could kind of apply that to the basketball event and make it a better experience for everyone.
So in terms of like social events, I have an idea to kind of, I have an idea to kind of host something that involves upper year students and first year students. As like to bounce off his idea, this campus is huge. There's founders students that don't even know this place exists. So I guess it's important to like vocalize that and to get people more involved, and especially with the help of like a mentor, to kind of like guide your way through the university experience, and basically things that have to do with like I guess in this semester like icebreakers in that sense to get to know other first year students and like to make friends, I guess. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for that segue into the next set of questions. So this one's going to be specifically for you. Context-wise, we were a small college to begin with before the pandemic, and now the number of people who know about us and know that we exist and that these spaces exist is much smaller. So as first-year social rep, how do we get back from that? How do we grow our notoriety, our community? Yeah. Or how would you go about it?
I think a great way is to, I guess to put up posters, and especially because we already have the social media, so which is like the Founders College Council, and then if we just get more and more people to, I guess, post it onto their stories, tell their friends, etc., etc. I guess maybe like people in your lectures, like if you just let them know that this is a place that exists, and like it's a great place, to be honest. Like we can meet so many people here, and I feel like it's good to, I guess, advertise that like on social media, word of mouth, and posters.
Thank you. And Ashton, this question is also specifically for you. Our athletics team right now, our athletics committee, is looking for someone to be available most nights from 4 to 9 because the intramural sports have a late division and we kind of need somebody available from 4 to 9 p.m. What's your response to hearing that?
My response to that is, well, I do have late classes. I am applying for first year athletics to be dedicated to this council and this college. So obviously I'm aware that there are sacrifices to be made, and if the club needs me from that available 4 to 9 period, then of course I'll do whatever I can to make sure I'm available and that I can help.
Thank you. Let's see. Let's move on to communication style. So we'll start with Anica and go back this way. Could you describe your communication style?
Yeah, totally. I would definitely say I'm more of a direct communicator. I used to be a very like verbose, wordy, kind of stream of consciousness communicator, but I found that that wasn't really working for me in terms of kind of getting kind of like condensing the amount of time I need to take in like social interactions, and I found it was kind of complicating my time management. So yeah, I would say I'm more of a direct, kind of like poignant communicator, and I hope that doesn't come off as too abrasive.
I like to say I'm direct. Now in the past, I would kind of sugarcoat things and tell people like, a lighter version of what actual truth is, but I've learned to just be direct, be straight up, because it's not going to help anybody if I'm sugarcoating the truth and hiding the truth that they need from them. Now, obviously, I hope this doesn't make me sound mean or anything, but I like to be direct. I like to be straight up because I don't like to sugarcoat and make it seem like I'm lying to you. I want you to get the full truth because you deserve that truth.
So for me, I guess I'm more like soft-spoken. Like I'll be honest, like I kind of beat around the bush for the sake of like others. I can be confrontational, but in a manner where it's just like this is what it is. This is how I feel. But not to, I guess, like come off abrasive. So yeah.
And then we'll go Ashton, Danialla, and then Anica. please describe your own strengths and weaknesses.
Well, my strengths are definitely that I am very good socially. I'm good at taking initiative. I'm good at bringing a group together. I've been used to working in teams. I've been used to taking initiative a lot throughout high school. So I'd like to say that's some of my strengths. Now, weaknesses, I can say that in terms of like planning events or planning anything, I kind of think too far ahead. I jump too far into the future rather than focusing on the the present. So that's definitely one of my weaknesses, is I have trouble staying in like the current moment. I kind of just keep jumping ahead.
So for my strengths, I find that I have like good leadership skills in general. I took a course in leadership, and I guess my experience from student council before like allowed me to, I guess, build on those skills. I also I want to do things as accurately as possible. So I guess perfectionism can both be my weakness and my strength. So yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I would definitely say my strengths are kind of identifying processes and kind of streamlining them. I'm a very kind of like efficient thinker, but in that kind of comes a downside in that like sometimes I'll catch myself making assumptions about certain things, and that can kind of lead to inaccurate outcomes, or just can kind of lead you down more complicated interpersonal kind of situations. So I definitely need to be more mindful about whatever assumptions I'm making in a given situation and kind of check those and balance those.
Alright, thank you. So we'll go Daniela, Anica, Ashton for this one. Please describe your current schedule, and then explain how and where you'll be making the time to do your council duties. How will you be? Sorry, I'm sorry for interrupting you. How will you be making time to do council stuff?
So obviously right now, I'm taking 4 courses, and I find that like the most time I have to like dedicate to this council is Mondays and Wednesdays. So in the mornings on Mondays, I only have a tutorial from 8:30 to 10:30, and then I have another class that same day, but it's at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., which is an online class. And then on Wednesdays, I only have, I guess I'm, like, class time is from like 9:30 to 11:30, and then the rest of the day I'm completely free. So I feel like I can well manage, council duties and still still doing my schoolwork.
Oh yes, so my schedule is pretty hectic. I'm taking 6 courses this semester, but I had a previous experience this past summer where I had a really great internship. It was really, really intense, but one thing I really took away from that whole experience is that, life is stressful. There's gonna be things coming at you all the time, and it's like, you're either gonna sink or swim sometimes when you're kind of overwhelmed. So I think that experience has kind of shown me how to be more efficient with my time and really kind of maximize every spare moment that I do have, and I do think there is always a solution to any problem. So in that sense, you can always carve out time for things that you prioritize.
Now I'm taking 5 courses. Only one of them is half year. Mondays and Fridays are my more available days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are my more packed days, as the courses run later into the day. But like I said before, I am applying to this council to be dedicated to it. So whenever time the council may need me, or whenever, I can always plan a way to work around my schedule. But I'm normally available earlier in the day.
Thank you. Okay. So this more so a question for you two first year reps, but feel free, Anita, to weigh in on this as you feel. Do you see for yourself a future on this student council beyond this year?
What's the?
Oh, right. Sorry. Ashton and Daniela.
I see more than a future, yes. I hope to not only be a rep this year, but rep for the years that I am here, because this is the college that I've been assigned, and I've gotten a chance to connect with, I'd say, a real good portion of the council, and I really like it. You guys are all very welcoming, very nice. So to be a part of the council and kind of to be a future rep, maybe like third, fourth year, whatever it might be, it would be nice to be a part of this council.
Same thing here. I do intend on trying to, I guess, run again for student council in my upcoming years. Because, like as you said before, like, I do enjoy being on council, or else I wouldn't have been on council for like the 6 other years, like in high school. But yeah, generally I do see myself being here again. So yeah.
Oh yes, for sure. I think the bonds that you make in networks where you're kind of given kind of decision-making power and you kind of have to come to a consensus teaches you a lot about how to weigh certain positives and negatives and how to achieve common goals. And I think that's like an invaluable life skill that can be applied in many other scenarios. So, and it's also like just a pleasure with everyone on the council. So, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that we're planning to stick around.
Nice.
Okay. Let's talk about some negatives. Okay, starting from we're gonna go with Daniella, Anica, and then Ashton. What do you think, or what do you foresee your greatest challenges being this coming year on council if you are elected?
So I find that, I guess, planning like a well thought out event, I tend to overthink things in general. So I guess like trying to come up with an event that is like smooth running, satisfactory for everyone involved in it. And I think I think it's just the idea of perfectionism and trying to make something great is, I guess, something that I might struggle with. But yeah.
Yeah, I totally relate to that as well. I'm kind of a highly anxious person, so I struggle with kind of like little things. But also just in terms of kind of like incentivizing participation, because I think, it's great that we have avenues online and that that's an option for people, but ultimately, ideally we want to have in-person activities and participation, because I think you really get the most benefit out of that experience. So kind of finding ways to incentivize kind of like boots on the ground, like let's get people into these 4 walls, which can be a like kind of daunting creative task, but I'm sure with the amount of heads we have on council, we'll kind of figure it out.
And as has been previously stated, events. Events are a big thing. We're first years, so there's a lot of pressure on us to kind of like prove ourselves and show that we are worthy to be on this council and plan a well thought out event. Also, another thing is time management. Maybe for us we're first years, we're still kind of trying to figure out our way around uni, how to plan our time with tests, midterms, exams, study time, everything like that. So time management is going to be one of the negatives for us, but as we kind of gain more experience in the council, we'll learn.
Okay. Well, thank you. Let's see. Who among you started last? Just in the order of answering questions. Okay. And then least recently? Okay, so we're gonna go with Ashton, Danielle, and then Lisa. What does being on a team mean to you?
Being on a team is a community of people we bring together. We're all friends, we all treat each other with respect because we are all working on a collective task together. Like let's say a basketball game. I'm using basketball a lot, but that's what I know. Basketball team, we're all working together collectively to win. We don't want to put each other down, we want to bring each other up and bring out our best selves within each other. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication as a team to work together and kind of build that trust. But the team are people you value and hold close to you because those are the people you're going to be working with for however long you desire.
Being on a team is, I feel like it's important to me. It also makes me feel that I'm less alone. I think I failed to mention that, like coming up with a great sort of event isn't like I'm not the only person who has to, I guess, formulate everything. Like I find that being on a team or in a group will kind of allow other people to like bounce off ideas from each other, and then we can incorporate it to make something great.
Yeah, I feel like you guys very eloquently kind of synthesized everything that I was going to say, but just to kind of reiterate in a different sequence of words, I think being on a team is working towards a common goal, whilst also allowing people and allowing everyone on your team to meaningfully contribute their own unique skill towards achieving that common goal, which I think is really beautiful because everyone has very unique gifts and we can kind of bring it out if we bring out the best in each other.
Thank you. I'm gonna say, if you have questions for each other, start getting them ready. And then to our audience here, which we definitely have, if you have questions, start getting them ready. Too bad.
So gracefully, Suha. So great.
Thank you. I tried.
But before we get to that, the last question I had prepared for you was, broadly, if elected, can you describe all the ways that you see yourself contributing to life at this college? And then we'll start. Anita and then two. Anita's right.
I think that's a really big question. So I'll just own in on one element. Ultimately, the biggest way I want to impact council here is by enabling students with the resources, specifically like the academic resources that they need to kind of unlock their fullest potential and align themselves with their purpose, so that when they leave university, they really feel motivated and ready to kind of tackle their next either academic or professional goal with confidence.
And I remember you said that this college used to be like, let's say, pretty big, right? And now come like this year, it's not, yeah, in quotation, it hasn't been as big this year. It's been a little bit, let's say, numbed down. So I want to do, as a first year, hopefully contribute, as a first year of Lex, hopefully contribute fun events to kind of bring more awareness to this council. Now we have posters we can put up, obviously we have social media posts, we have all that. Those are good ways to spread the message, and I do agree with that. I just think that there can be more done. Like I remember seeing in Berry Hall, there are like booths set up, bringing awareness to, I was like, saw something around like chaplaincy. Maybe do something like that to bring more awareness to founders, because Berry Hall or Curtis is where a lot of people spend their time. Just bring more awareness that, yeah, founders does exist. It's here. Athletics is fun. It'll help bring more awareness to this college and maybe draw more people in.
So a way that I plan to, I guess, contribute to Founders College is to simply, I guess, immerse myself in the types of like events that are going on, and if people do show up, especially first years that feel kind of like left out, on the first day of Frosh, like I kind of struggle to really talk to people, but so I find that if there is an event that just revolves around first year students or first year and upper year students, then just being there, I think, would make a difference to, I guess, tell people that, that we're here, we're a community, and that they have a space here at Founders.
Okay, thank you.